Good evening, everybody. I'd like to see with you the clip about Chuck Yeager breaking barrier sounds. You remember, this is what we learned about, what we read about last Friday from the book The Right Stuff. It was describing how he proceeded.
Test Center at Burdock, California. The pilot, Captain Chuck Yeager.
So as you can see, this is an old film about Chuck Yeager trying to break sound barrier. This was a successful flight in 1947. So you have seen the strange plane. It was obviously a prototype, like something they didn't normally use as a plane, which used a special kind of fuel and looked very much like a rocket.
Captain Yeager was selected to test the top performance of this rocket-propelled research vehicle. He found it to be a sleek and sturdy aircraft designed by Bell to fly faster than the speed of sound. The X-1 holds 5,020 pounds of fuel, nearly one-half of its total weight when launched. The delicate process of fueling takes 1 hour. The rocket engine propellant is made up of liquid oxygen and water alcohol, the latter being pressurized by gaseous nitrogen. Great caution must be exercised during the fueling operation, since the fuel system in the X-1 has an explosive potential equal to that of its own weight in TNT. In the rocket blast, sonic beams can be seen during this test firing of the engine. A special electrical igniter is used in the combustion chambers to fire the rockets. With all 4 rocket tubes firing, the X-1 will produce a thrust of 6,000 pounds. The engine occupies a space 19 inches in diameter by 56 inches long and weighs but 210 pounds. A special pit has been constructed into which the X...
So as you have seen, during the fueling process, the plane, the aircraft, really spits out steam like a sort of tea kettle. You remember, this was the comparison we read about in our book. It said that you could actually, from a big distance, hear the sound of the aircraft while it was being fueled. So you could hear this big noise, and you could really see the steam going out of the aircraft like for a tea kettle. So this is what you have just seen in these images. Let's go on with our video.
X-1 is lowered for loading into the B-29 mothership. This bomber has been specially modified for aerial launchings of X-1. Due to close clearances, the loading procedure takes a considerable amount of time. The X-1 is suspended by fabric straps with cable holders. Testing and preparation. The X-1.
So the aircraft cannot really take off on its own because there wouldn't be enough fuel inside for a complete flight. So it takes a larger plane, a bomber, like the one you see in the picture, to take it up to like 30,000 feet and then release it, as you will soon see. So they will have to modify a bomber, they had to modify a bomber in order to transport this small aircraft that Yeager would use to try and break sound barrier.
One becomes airborne on its first attempt to the speed of sound. A climb must be made to 30,000 feet to reach drop altitude. While the B-29 with the X-1 ascends to altitude, radar goes to work tracking the mission. The aircraft flight data will be telemetered to the ground crew throughout the flight. The B-29 has now reached drop altitude. The time for release is drawing near. For high-altitude flight, Captain Yeager wears an emergency pressure suit as he enters the cockpit of the X-1. A manually operated elevator provides safe access for the pilot before the drop.
So you see, it is a little bit like in the cartoons with robots. The pilot is actually being lowered using a special elevator down into the aircraft, and he's going to wear a special uniform too, which is meant for high altitudes.
With the checkout of the launching procedure completed between Captain Yeager and the crew of the B-29, synchronized timing begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop.
So this is the moment the aircraft is being released. You have heard the countdown and seen the aircraft release. Now, as you will see, it will quickly, in a very short time, climb to a much higher altitude, a little bit like a rocket.
Scores of people connected with the X-1 flight program have expected the aircraft to surpass the speed of sound, and maybe this is it. With all 4 rockets firing, Yeager climbs to 56,000 feet in less than 2 minutes. And he does it. The first human to crack the sound barrier.
So he made it. You have certainly heard the noise of when an aircraft breaks the sound barrier. He was first meant to do it. 2 minutes, this is all that his flight lasted, and for those 2 minutes, so much fuel as we have seen before. That explains why he couldn't really take off from the ground.
Now, with propellant exhausted, Yeager reduces his speed and altitude to come in for a dead stick landing at 160 miles per hour. At this hot landing speed, the X-1 rolls for more than 2½ miles. And one of the Air Force's best-known flight test pilots has just set the pace for further research in upper air investigation. This flight marks the first milestone in the supersonic chapter in the history of aviation. And you were there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was our first video with this new system, which I will upload on my YouTube channel. Guys, this is for you. Remember, I've just sent you, together with this, my questions. So you will have to answer the questions. Don't forget to do it. Email your answer as soon as possible. Bye, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. So it seems to be I'm having some problems with this.